Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Hello, Johnny. Get you cleaned up after some yard work, and we'll welcome you back when you get back. Hello, Jonathan Carlson. Thanks for being back, man. Seen you in a little bit, but good morning. Good morning, Missy. How are you? So, right off the bat, I'm going to be sad about something. Been working on the Mars base, and as you can see, it's mostly done. But as you can also see, the lift doesn't work like I want it to. It goes up and down. That's fine. Like if this is all you want it to do, right? And it's done. It doesn't stay up there though, right? This is based off the Ninjago City, sorry about the microphone, elevator. And then it's got like some teeth on this side and just tiles on that side. And it's supposed to like be clenched enough to where it actually kind of uses the gear wheel in here, right? To kind of go up and down. But two things are wrong here. This isn't built wide enough and this isn't clenched enough. It's too loose. And it loses its friction when it gets to the top because these will spread open, right? So either I have to build a whole kind of enclosure around this, which may interfere with the doors, or just get rid of this altogether. The doors work fine, right? They open, they close. That's fine. So I'm not really sure yet what to do about this, but it really upset me when I put it all together and it didn't work. I should have known better. Like when I put this initially together, it like wasn't even close to working. This is better than it was when it started. So I'm a little sad about that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe just get rid of that whole section altogether and free up some pieces to put in more something. I don't know yet. The rest of the base is fine. It's whatever. I'm also working on, because I need to do 10 things at once, I'm also working on the design. I'm putting my old UCS blockade runner together, and I've already not found a piece. What's up, Fab Workshop? How are you? 1x8 Technic in white. Can't find it. I had one, didn't have two. So I think I'm using it. I don't know where I'd be using it. I don't have a lot of Technic MOCs, so I don't know what I'd be using it in. But I don't have one. So hopefully it won't be too much of a part issue. It's already on kind of the outside, so I think there's going to be a little black dot in there. But this will be fun, getting this together while we're going along. And that's it so far. So back to the design of the Trampler. So here's where we was last time. Oh, I need to order parts for that. For the snap maw. As you can see, there's nothing behind me because I took all my Horizon guys to a this is all gone. Took him to a show yesterday. Missy stopped by. I had 3 other people from our lug in attendance, and it was a good event. It was just like 3 hours. Pflugerville Maker Fest, and it worked out great. We had. Show you some pictures here of what we did. So it was at our library, and our library puts on a Maker Fest thing. So this is what we had. This is Frankie's setup. So a lot of these are Frankie's. I think I may have clipped a few of these. Are MOCs that he had done for our lug builds, lug challenges. The plant is one. This enclosure is one. The mosquitoes one. This Fondor Hallcraft back here, that was a Rebrickable that he got off Rebrickable and built. And the same builder The same builder's apparently doing a ghost version, kind of this size, that he's going to get. So that'll be fun. And then because it was a library, we brought all our book builds. These are all the pop-up books that we had. So these are the two that come with the set. The Little Red Riding Hood and Jack and the Beanstalk. And then I had built a New York skyline. That was my story. This was supposed to be me and Beth, and I don't know where Beth's minifig or sig fig is. And then another guy, Lasso, built the library from Doctor Who. So this is the forest, whatever the episode was called, Forest for the Damned or something. And it's got the astronaut with the skull head in it. It's pretty cool. And then Gulliver's Travels. This is Gulliver's Travels, and these are all gingerbread people holding down a minifig. So that was fun. These are the microfighters. You guys have seen all those. There's all the Horizon stuff. There's the Space Babies all put together. There's Lasso and his giant just kind of landscape thing, but he's got like an architectural dig and a church that he's working on. And these are what the castle walls that we did for last year's project support look like. This is the front half. Most of these are supposed to be like the back half that has a back half too. So that was all put together. And then Tim brought his Rubik's Cube solving robot, which was like the hit of the table. And he had 2 cubes, so he was messing up one, letting it solve, messing up another, letting it solve, just over and over again. And then the kids would come and ask to race the robot, so he'd have to mix them up exactly the same way. And then go, okay, go. And, the robot starts right away, and the kid kind of has to, whatever. And I think the robot was like 2 for 4 against the kids, so pretty good. Good for the robot, especially good for the kid. Even if they didn't win, they got to interact and whatnot. And the end of the day, Tim looks over and says, "I forgot to get hand sanitizer." I'm like, yeah. But he also found out that the buildup of oil on just finger oil on the cube keeps it from falling into place properly when it's being moved, and it'll misfire the robot. So he'll have to like just get a cloth or whatever and wipe down the cube every so often. Otherwise, after about 2.5 hours, the buildup of finger stuff is enough to keep it from falling into place. I was like, that is interesting. So it was a good day. Short, whatever. And then we went to Austin FC, or I went to Austin FC and watched them lose again after a rain delay. So it was a day. And I am tired and sore, but we're going to be working on our Trampler today. I'm only going to be here till about 11:30, and then we have an event, a meetup thing. It's a baby shower. I don't know why my brain wouldn't come up with those words, but... All right, so in our next thing that we're doing, I want to connect the head to the body, and I need to start doing the body. So this is hiding the body a little bit. It's hard to see like what really is the body of this beast. This might be a pretty good look if we don't already have that open. I may already have that open. Yeah, it's the same image. So I'll probably end up doing mostly the same as the sawtooth. And just give it kind of like, maybe, I don't know how wide we're going to do this. So like the body of the sawtooth is probably going to be the same thing. Maybe do 3 wide and just make it a little wider. And it'll have a hump up in this back here. Very bison-like. So it'll be similar to this, like it'll have this kind of core section, and then I'll put a ball socket right here to twist in the middle a little bit for the back half. Whoops. And then almost probably the same kind of setup for the legs, just little ball joints in here. I'm just gonna have to like make a purchase on Bricklink to buy all the ball joints I can. I might go up to Bricks and Minifigs and just sift through their their bins and see how many of these I can find, because this is all I'm going to be doing. I need to do like 8, 10 more of these, and they all require these ball joints. Plates and toe ball and socket in various, because there's, you know, the 1x2 that way, and then there's the 1x2 the other way, and there's the ones that have like the socket on one side and the ball, toe ball on the other side. So I mean, I'm just going to have to go find a bunch. But I think the head will attach right here, and I'm not going to give it too much motion. If any. It should have up and down motion. So I'm not really sure how to... I mean, I can put another toe ball over here to give it motion. What I did with the sawtooth right there. The problem is I've already built it kind of snottish. Also, new update to Brick to Studio. It's no longer, and this is just slightly cattywampus. I'm not sure how to get this back into like, I don't know what angle that's supposed to be. Oh, this is really weird. Why is that off? Bye, Jonathan. Thanks for popping in. All right, so I'm going to fix this by doing a large brick like this, and then just attaching this just to get it to straighten itself out a little bit. I'm loving the polka. Yeah, it's about there. And then it's bent down a little bit to start. Johnny, what's up? How's your weekend been? Haha, genius. I don't mess around with my showers. You do what's called a whore's bath. Just get all the stinky parts and then get out. I don't know why it's called that, but there you go. That works swimmingly. What? All right, and since this is going to be a 3 wide, let's do... that guy. And give him some range of motion on his head a little bit. And then let's do 1x3 plates. So let's see what's coming up. Has anyone seen Into this or Across the Spider-Verse yet? What's your special? I can't be here. We have to go to a baby shower at noon, so I'm gonna miss it. Is this your? Please don't tell me it's your TIE Fighter special, or your Somebody build it in studio, somebody build it in real life. Because I will watch the VOD on that. I'm gonna be sad if I miss it. Oh no, it's your 500, no, 10,000 whatever thing. That's right. Congratulations. All right. Let's keep rolling here. So let's just I don't know how long that has to be. Let's do 6. Let's just do 6 to start. It's fine. And it looks like the joints for the arms are up here. So let's use these again. They need to be higher than that. I think the joints are probably right about here. So on par with this. So let's raise that up a little bit. And I don't like, it's so hard to tell like what is on the body behind this. So I mean, we're making it up as we go. Let's do some greebling stuff. So let's do a 4x plate here, and another one here, and another one here. And we'll put some Travis bricks. Is that too far back? Yes. I think the joint for the thing needs to be higher. Do one more plate up. And then we can make it kind of a blocky kind of thing. So I went to, speaking of voice stuff, I went to my vocal therapy class, or my vocal therapy session on Thursday, and I think I have one more after this. And I was given more exercises to do to increase or improve my range. And I'm not a professional singer, it's just a hobby. I like singing. And the funny thing is, I went to all these, I've been to going, doesn't help with my enunciation. I've been going to about a month and a half of this, maybe a month. And I'm not expecting like miracles in the first whatever. Ooh, let's do, excuse me. Anyway. So I go, that's going to be in the way. That's going to be in the way. And I get more instruction on like, these are exercises you can do to kind of like increase your range. And they're all very much what I remember. What's up, stud? From my musical theater days, like the warm-ups and cool-downs and the exercises you do when you're not like, we would do like a half hour of exercises. We'd do warm up and then exercises and then maybe learn a piece of music and then cool off, right? Some days it was a lot of exercises. Some days it was about reading the music, you know. So this was very familiar. So I get this. And whatever this is, no. I get this, and I'm excited. I'm going to start working on some stuff, and I go home, and over the weekend I do some of my work, my therapy session and whatever. Do my vocal steaming or my steaming. You get a little personal steamer and you just breathe steam. Trying not to talk a whole lot, trying to slow down when I do, trying not to shout, trying to do what's called back pressure, which is like you make sure there's a lot of noise up in the front of your face and you're like feeling like you're yawning. And it causes what's called back pressure on your vocal cords, and that helps relax them versus straining to like talk where your voice is sitting, like you can feel it where you're talking and it's sitting right here versus when you're talking and it's very forward and all the energy is right here. It's a concentrated effort and you're trying to do it all the time. So yesterday I'm at the Maker Fair or the Maker Fest in Pflugerville here. I am going to have a nice fleet of brick-built vehicles. Did you see? Like, I didn't take a very good picture of it, but you can see they were all moved yesterday for the Maker Fair, and it looked really good. The sad part is that the two largest ones are not mine. It's the official tall neck, and then it's Hachiroku 24's Thunderjaw, and they're both very impressive. So hopefully the number of vehicles or the number of animals or machines that I have outweighs the fact that there are two really cool ones that aren't mine. I still get to do the Stormbird, and that's going to be it'll hopefully be flying somewhere. So that's about as big as a Thunderjaw. The Trampler's pretty big, the Behemoth is pretty big, and then I'll be able to do a Deathbringer, and that's also very big. So hopefully I won't feel too bad about bringing these to conventions, so we'll see. I also have to get them all done. Maker cons are very good, and I was very... I didn't get to participate in a lot of it, so... that was a little disappointing because of, we're sitting by our table, whatnot. Which way do I want this to go? But yeah, we were in a room with, I think probably, there was like a Lego First League kind of thing where there's some robotics over here, there's some play Lego, and then there was a lady doing science experiments like Bill Nye, Mr. Wizard, Beaker's Laboratory kind of thing going on where she was pouring liquids into stuff and gas would happen, balloons would shoot up, and the kids loved that. And then again, a guy in our group had a robot that was solving Rubik's Cube, so that was a big one. What do they call the category of vehicles from the game? Because they're all like biomech animals. So in the game, they're just called machines. They don't specifically call them anything in the game other than their names. So this is a Trampler or a Sawtooth, but each of them there's 4 different categories of machines. I'm trying to think if I want to actually do this. There's 4 different categories, and they are resource collection, which are things that, when you think about them, those are like herbivores or pack animals. Not pack animals, herd animals. So your Lancehorns, your Grazers, the Chargers, the Striders, anything that's like not a predator in real life. Things like that are like horse or deer or elk or something like that. Those are resource gatherers, and you'll usually see them tilling They got their head down and they're digging for stuff. They're pulling up resources out of the soil. The scavengers like the scrapper and the glinthawk are also technically resource gatherers. They will usually focus on one area of a map and just kind of sit there and dig or hoard. They have like areas that they build up. And then there are one's called the combat class, and those are your sawtooth or your what is the one called? They are I can't remember the names of any of them right now. I haven't broke them down. Bestiary game. Nope. Open, and it was bestiary by type. So acquisition class is what it's called. And these are the ones that like gather, right? And they take the resources that they find and they take them back to what are called they're not vaults. Oh man, I haven't played the game in a while. My brain's a little foggy. It is a cauldron. So they take all the resources back to the cauldron, and the cauldron's an automated, giant, internal, mechanized thing underground that builds the machines, right? So all these things are in charge of collecting to build. The combat class, so like we've got a Thunderjaw, we'll have a Stormbird. Oops. These two are a later game. That's a later game. That's a later game. Sawtooth, Ravager, Grimhorns later, Dreadwings later, Clawstriders later. So there's a lot of these are different. So these are the ones that are just kind of, they patrol on a path, and then they'll usually guard other machines, but they definitely are more sensitive to you and your location. And then communication class is just the tall neck. Everybody knows a tall neck. Recon class, these are like the little scouts. And the tall neck comes with a watcher. There's also a red eye watcher, which I think is in, I think the differential is that it's in Forbidden West. So you don't see those right away. Maybe, I forget. But it's just a heightened version of a watcher. And a watcher is like just a little thing. It's shorter than you are in real life. It's got one big eye, and it kind of looks like a little velociraptor, right? And then there's the transport class, and these things have giant containers on them usually. Like the Shell Walker has that big container on its back. A Behemoth has a big drum in its belly. The Bellowbacks have big containers of like Blaze or Metal Bite or Acid. I can't remember if it's Blaze, Metal Bite, and Chill Water. So they'll have big containers of that. They use it when they attack you, but they're transporting it. And then there are, it was a rad set. Thank you. It's been fun to build. Then there's these three machines, and they're chariot machines. That's just a class. I don't know why it's called that. The Corruptor that we did a little while ago, that's a chariot one. That is in charge of corrupting other machines, right? It'll go find a machine and turn it bad. The Deathbringer is just this giant six-legged, four-legged, I forget, but it's just a weapons platform. That's all it is. It's got, you know, missile launchers and Gatling guns and flamethrowers and all kinds of stuff. The Metal Devil, or the Horus, is the big thing you see kind of coming out of the mountain. It's just these big tentacles. And in the first game, they're frozen. They're just still. They're inactive. A spoiler, in the most recent DLC for Forbidden West, you actually are able, they've animated one, and it's this giant mountain-sized monster. And the whole reason it's only playable on PS5 is because PS5 can handle all the particle effects, apparently, and PS4 can't. So, but yeah, so that's the classifications for them. They don't specifically say that in game. This is just you kind of learning this as the game goes on. Let's do another one of these, maybe. Trying to find all the different toe ball pieces I can use. It's been a lot of fun. Like, this game is just, and I know I talk about it a lot, but it is literally like, uh-oh. Oh no, there's room. Okay. I may need to put a plate in there. This is easily one of the best games I've ever run across. And I haven't played every game, so I have no idea, like, I've never played Skyrim, I've never played Diablo, I've never played World of Warcraft. You know, I'm not a gamer, but I'm, you know, I've played some Star Wars games, and I've played, you know, whatever kind of tentpole game comes out. I don't know. Dragon Age. I liked Dragon Age a lot. I like Death Stranding a lot. It was kind of it was basically like some walking mechanics interspersed with a 6-hour movie. But such is whatever his name is, Metal Gear guy. Okami? Okanami? What's a dude who made Metal Gear? Metal Gear designer. Kojima. Hideo Kojima, yeah. I didn't play Elden Ring. I tried playing Witcher. I started with Witcher 3 because my friends were like, don't worry about the other ones. Go play Witcher 3. And I'm like, okay. And I could not get into it, man. Just couldn't. It was so boring. Like, I was like, this is not for me, man. Let's see. Let's do... Thing is, these colors are so inconsistent. Like, I don't know what color. Should be orange or should it be bright light orange? Let's just say orange. I think these are easier to get. And then we'll do a tooth. And that can be gray, yes. Let's see. Let's just do 1x2 grill. Oh wait, I wanted that in white. White. Because I think this is starting to be white over here. I have to remember that a lot of this stuff on the animals is actually kind of white-ish. So I gotta remember that. Like, I might change one of these to be white, just so it has that. Oh yeah. This can be white. I'm gonna do another one of these tiles, corner tiles. I need to be better about clearing my throat. Throat clearing is a big problem that I have. So that's getting a little better. Okay. So I bring up all the vocal stuff because yesterday I was very excited to be at Maker Faire, Pflugerville's Maker Faire, and worked with our lug to get set up. And the first thing that happens is the doors open and everybody comes in and I start talking. I have a mask on and everybody starts talking. And the first thing that happens is I try to talk to somebody who is like, has legitimate questions about our lug and is like really curious. And my voice gives out. Like I've been talking to the two people with me for 2 hours. Not a whole lot, mostly sitting in silence, setting up our own stuff, but the occasional, hey, we're doing this, we're doing this. But like the excitement gets into my voice and just completely lost it. And another guy had to kind of fill in all my answers for me, so I was like, this is exactly what I don't want. So at some point I'm going to go in here and, can these be dark gray? I'm going to, these all need to be dark gray. Except for that bracket, which can't be. In fact, some of this might need to be black, but we'll see. So there's always been, like, you know, as you go through life, the games that you play that are great to you. And some of the games that I played were really rad, but there are some that are like, I could not believe how cool this game was. Like, just the idea of it. And there was a game... for the Wii that was... What's up, Scott? There's a game for the Wii called Okami, and it just blew my mind. It was one of the best games I've ever seen, and it was just so creative and so fun and so immersive. Like, I have not seen its equal, really. But it was this simple game, right? And it was like, everything kind of looked like watercolor or Japanese paint. And then what you did, since it was motion controlled, you moved your character with the D-pad and the joystick and whatever. But when you were in combat, you would, which wasn't often, you were mostly doing exploring, but then when you would get into combat with these things, like, it would encircle you in like this ring of energy, so you were in the fight, basically. And you would use your motion to paint, and whatever you painted became the attack, right? So if you wanted to do, it was like a cherry bomb or something, you did like a little cherry bomb, and you could see it kind of paint on the screen, and it would kind of throw out and hit the guy. It was super charming, and like the story was really rich, and it was fantastic. So ever since then, I'm like, yeah, that's a great, just a wonderful, wonderful story. And like, I've always liked Metroid. You know, they haven't always been the greatest games, but I've always liked Metroid. Even the weird ones like Metroid Prime and stuff. that's probably pretty good for this, for the shoulders and stuff. I think we can leave this as is. Start working on the, so some of them are good. I don't know, it was Metroid Prime, whatever, like the kind of the third person or first person or whatever it was. That was a little weird, I think, for the GameCube. GameCube was like a hole in my gamer knowledge. Like I didn't get a whole lot of GameCube games. The only time I really ever played GameCube games was I was dating somebody who had a GameCube. And so we would play stuff like that. But they were a lot younger, so the GameCube for them was like their childhood kind of thing. Let's save this. Perfect, because its lower legs aren't all that. It's got like a joint there and a joint there, so we can do a joint. Yeah. Another one of these. Okay, Aloy, you're a little in the way now. We're getting pretty big. Let's move this circus away a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. Zelda on GameCube. Yeah, see, like there was... hello, James. How are you? Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday. There was a lot of games that I just didn't get into because they were GameCube games, and I was just like, I don't, you know, I just didn't know. Okay, that is probably a little too anemic. That's too small. I think this could be a little... this could probably be... let's work on that a bit. I mean, like, Worms 3D was a lot of fun. Weird games like Earthworm Jim, you know, those were great. But yeah, like, I think... And I skipped... I didn't skip, but I had, like, a PlayStation 1. But I think most of what I played on PlayStation 1 was, like, Tomb Raider and NHL 96 or something like that. And the first Resident Evil, which scared the bejesus out of me. And then I had a PlayStation 2, but I didn't play too much of it, or maybe I didn't have a PS2, and I don't remember if I had a PS3. I think I did, because I played Dragon Age, and Dragon Age Inquisition, and then I got a PS4, and did like, that's when I started just like Battlefront, and found all the Uncharted games, and a couple of like Resident Evil games, and you know, just kind of went nuts with it. Is this a little better? It just doesn't seem... This seems like it may need a little more heft in this big old... I didn't realize their shoulders were so big. From any of these angles, really. That's a bad angle. Although that's a pretty good side look at it. Also, it looks like it's added a joint somewhere in here that I didn't see previously. Like, right here seems to be an extra joint. So 1 joint, 2, 3, 4. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're cloven hoof, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I do need an extra little thing in here. And this is big enough to where I can get away with it, so I'm fine with that. I'm going to put this back up here because it's more solid. And we'll just do another... Let's do overlapping. And this way we can do slopes. What other games did I really like? I'm trying to think of some more. I also do feel a little bad that I was never able to play like I didn't play them or I don't remember them. Like the original Battlefront games, Battlefront 1 through 2, 3, the Star Wars games. I don't remember playing them. Like I see people playing them, and they look familiar, but I'm like, I don't remember that at all. I mean, let me just rephrase that. It looks familiar, even though I don't think I ever played it. I think I messed that up. See, there's a little hinge right here, even though it's probably not needed. So, if that's the case... No, I can't do that. I just want a toe ball with like one... A toe ball and socket with like one plate on it. Although, maybe I don't have to make it bend, because in all these pictures I see it's very straight. It's mostly straight. How about that? Yeah, there's a little thing right there. Dang it. Well, let's at least do... Yeah, you could do that. But these are like really expensive. These are yellow. Oh, wow. No. These are yellow. So I could get one in here, but I mean, it's $5 for one of these things? Maybe. Why does it say it's $5? USA. That seems weird. Okay, well, it's not $5. I can get two for 20 cents. No, I actually think I have some, but I think in the past I've been a little hesitant to get these because they've been... It says in the software that it's expensive. I mean, that's not $5. Why does it do that? Well, let's see if this works. The yellow's a little garish for the model because it all needs to be gray right down here. But you could do 2 of these. With 1 of these. And then a plate behind it. So let's get rid of... oh, and I'd have to change that. Let's just move this and just reuse parts. That gives plenty of room there. Let's do this as white, since I can't really change that first part. Makes the yellow not look as bad. Do they not just have 1x2 toe? Yeah, they've got just this. I don't know why I'm doing that. Unless I wanted to do that. Thanks for dropping by, Scott. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See, what I need is a matching 1 plate socket. But at least that would be smaller. Curve slope. No, this is a wedge. It's considered a wedge. I already knew I was going to want to do this. For the cloven hooves. Maybe black, I think. I have to figure out how to offset that a little bit. I think just angled down probably will take care of that. Now that limits the motion. Somewhat. Actually, no, that doesn't. That doesn't limit the motion. Because I don't want it to bend forward all that much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, really? Okay. Wow, really? They don't even have that listed. I could still get a couple for, yeah. So here's where the expensive part is. Light gray plate. Yeah, I'll keep this yellow should be fine. I could easily do So for these joints, I also don't have to do ball sockets. I can do... This is cool. I'm going to keep this for a sec. I'm just trying to think of... Because that doesn't look bad right now. Give me my leg again. That's pretty good. Actually, I might rather do... No, that's not good. Just a tile, maybe? Oh, I got an idea. That's better. That still gives it some motion, some room for motion. Covers some of that up. And then the rest of this can be whatever I want down here. I don't know if the hands work really well or not still, but... Did I use them over here? Yeah. They look cool. Stick a hand in there like that. It's probably actually not, that's gonna fall out pretty easily. Let's just put that guy. And call it good. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with this for right now. The only thing I was thinking is maybe instead of like ball joints, I could do 1x2 bar. Since I don't think they have to have like rotational. Oh no, it needs to be a clip. 1x2 clip. And then 1x1 bar. These things. I don't necessarily know that these are like stronger or anything, but they might be cheaper and easier to work with. But then we're back to needing a toe ball down here. And it would probably need to be one of these. What's up, Mayo? I was just trying to replace this section here, but it probably won't happen. So this is probably good. Let's just go with that. For now. Yeah, then you gotta find a thing to put that in. Is the only problem. And I'm using one of those already. This is my most genius thing yet. Is that toe ball, right? In this this upside down, this inverted tile, because it's got a pinhole in it. So I could still have this all snot, and then it still attaches. I think this will work. That'll work for now. Save. What time is it? What's up, Macro? Good to see you, man. What's the black part in there? In here? Oh, you know, that's probably a good point. Yeah, that works. It's just a brick. It's an inverted brick. It's actually two. I've got two inverted, or two modified bricks. So that should work. I'll do it in real life just to make sure. I'd have to get one of these because I don't have one of these. I don't think. I'll go look. All right. This, I'm keeping this bracket here to do maybe a little wiring right in here so the neck doesn't look as skinny. But I think the next thing is to attach these guys on these big straps that go up to the back. And then cover the top a little bit. So let's fill in this with a 1x3 plate. Or just because I can do this, let's make this like that. Make those black, and then we'll do a 1x4 here. All right, and then cover the whole thing in a 3x3. There we go. Cool. And I think I can do this in dark blue gray. Nope, not dark blue. What the heck's wrong with y'all? And just because, differentiate that. Is that? Okay. There's a lot of violations of physics in studio. Yeah, there is. Tell me about it. Yeah, the stability thing is fine. Clutch power issues, stability issues, like, I don't know why this has a clutch power issue. I don't know why that has a clutch power issue. They're just plates on plates. You know? This I can understand. That one's a little dicey. But it's so small. It's like 3 plates attached to that, or 3 things attached to that. So I'm not worried. Alright, so I think we're going to build up a hump now. Get a different view. Yeah, there's going to be like a single... I'm guessing this is like a single... There's no way to look at the top of this, apparently. Yep, pretzels are delicious. There is a, see, a lot of these images, too, are like, this is the machine after all its plating has been knocked off by alloy. So it looks like there's kind of a wedge plate back here. Probably a home base tile. Okay. There we go. In that color. And it's going to be kind of like looks like right about here. And then like that. This thing right here. So first thing we need to do is attach some things. Clip. These guys maybe. That's probably good. So there is a view. This is what I'm doing right here, is these things. It looks like there's these little teeth in here. Little gears. And I don't see that home base thing anymore. It looks like it's different plates up here. Again, this could be the fully covered or alpha. Or not alpha, Apex. They have Apex machines as well, which are like slightly different colored and a little harder to kill, and but I think I might try to keep this in here and then just have stuff go over the top of it. So let's keep this in mind as we build up the sides. So I think, so I can greeble it a little bit. We're gonna do modified brick. We'll do a Travis brick here, and this is just to see if this works. And then we'll do a regular snot brick here. And these guys can connect to this somehow. Don't really care how. Tube. What's the smallest rigid hose? It's a hose, it's not a tube. This would be cool to put in a piece somewhere, but I think these are old. These are like light gray, old. Yeah. That's the smallest we can do. And I bet that's not very flexible. Well, it says it can bend. Does that not work? These are not very flexible anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised. But that would be pretty cool. Oh, those are also $3, so let's not do that. Okay. All right, so I can probably just do, it's this area right here. Yeah, the rigid tubes. What I need, there are flexible, more flexible like rubbery tubes, but none of them are that short. So I'd have to get some and cut them to fit that space right there. Flex with a heat gun. Yeah? Alright, so these are all going to be, what color can that be? Dark bluish gray, dark bluish gray, dark bluish gray, dark bluish gray. You know what? Instead of that, I want to do... a bracket. Because that'll push some of that area out a little bit, and then I can do sloped, curve sloped. Oh, that's a piece. I forgot that's a piece. Decisions. Needs to be a little higher than that. So either that or... Oh, that's a good piece right there. That's too big. The other thing is if it's more flexible, like I get the heat gun thing so I can move it into place, but then that head is pretty much locked into place once it's there. So I almost want to like get a regular sized, oh, this would be a good idea. Get a longer tube, kind of bend it into like a cavity in there and just have a longer tube that can kind of slide inside that cavity a little bit. I'm doing this with my hands. So the head can turn and the tubes can turn, but the tubes aren't attached to anything inside like the body. Because the body's like I could do it like right in here, right? Have the tubes kind of just going back through here. Because there's not going to be anything in here anyway. Take care, Mayo. That's not a bad idea. This is the thing I don't like about... All right. I love it all. It's whatever. But like some of the math sometimes on these brackets, it's like it pushes out just far enough to where it's not flush with what it's connecting to. But then this slope pushes back in, double that, and you can't put another brick here. So, Brett's Builds, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. We're having fun doing a Trampler from Horizon Zero Dawn. We're working on sort of this hump shoulder area right here. Yeah, I don't think this is here, really. I don't know where I saw that, but it wasn't there. I think it was just like an odd angle off that. Because this looks like it's got kind of a division, like a spine. This also looks like it goes up and then kind of just drops off. So it doesn't look like it's really connected to anything. But it's hard to tell from this. The horns get in the way so much here. I think what's happening is they're connecting right here. So it's got this stuff that goes from the head to here. Right? So kind of like the neck muscles back here. The rearing up muscles, so to speak, that are severed. If you ever go to a bullfight, first of all, it's gory as hell. But what they do is they send a bunch of people out ahead of time to make sure the bull is in no way, shape, or form able to fight back, right? So by the time the Matador gets in there, the only thing the Matador is doing is putting it out of its misery, and it's glorious, right? And we're like all I knew of bullfighting was Bugs Bunny, and then we were in Mexico and watched one, and I'm like, this is terrifying. So what the first things they do is they like try to sever the muscles on the back of the neck so it can't do this, right? So it can't come up to somebody and flip them. I'm going to leave it at that because it's terrible. Ramel, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Hope everything's well. So I just don't want to mess with this. I might just do this instead. It just is easier. Maybe bring it up a level. Want to do some, like, not greebling, but color can rails be? Rails are always kind of fun to have in there. It can be orange. See, there's this weird distinction between like whatever color this is, bright light orange, and then there's like this orangey nougaty cabling, and then there's orange paneling back here. So like the head's got different coloring, and even in the head it's got different coloring. There's orange bits right there versus the bright orange or yellow right there. So it's very inconsistent. But I think this is where we're gonna do this. That's this piece right here at that size. So let's just do this again over here. And then it looks like it may just be one, I think it is. One big thing in the middle there, maybe two. Hard to tell. Nope, that was a good picture. Why did I get rid of it? Yeah, that's two right there. So these are the sides. That may not be broad enough now that I'm thinking about it. Or high enough. Like I want it to be a little bigger than that. Maybe these guys can go back. Yeah, this is about to be the music that I skip. Don't like it. I don't want to listen to musicals either. What are my stations? I'm just kind of flipping around and I don't even know what the stations are. Ambient, alternative, blues, chill EDM, and chill bass. This is fine. This just isn't high enough for me yet. Plus, we are gonna have to come in and do his belly a little bit to kind of give him a little more heft. Well, you know what? Maybe I do want those after all, because I was thinking then I could... There's something poking out here. And I want an excuse to use bulbs, because I like bulbs. Don't even want these now. Modified brick. Going back to this. And this. these can be dark gray. Dark gray. This guy can go in here. It's good, I guess. This doesn't seem like wide enough or whatever. So Ramel, where are you hailing from? Where are you coming in from? Let's use some of these Speed Racer parts. Speed Champion parts. Speed Racer parts. You gonna order the pieces and build this after? Yeah. I still have to... So this is the wish list for the Snap Maw. So I'll order the Snap Maw. And then... once I get those in, I think that's the only one I'm waiting on. So there's two machines also that I need to get the parts for that are basically the exact same as two other machines. So the Strider and the Charger are the same base model. The Charger has like big horns on the front of it, like a bighorn sheep, but it's the same, like if you're looking at it side by side with the Strider, which is weird because the Strider is supposed to be a horse and the Charger is supposed to be like a bighorn sheep. Different animals, but if you look at them in game, they're the same model. And then the Grazer and the Lancehorn are the same model, but their heads are slightly different. The Lancehorn's got these drills on the front of it, and the Grazer's got these like rotating weed whacker. What were those things called? Like it's a till, a rototiller kind of thing. But the rest of the body is virtually the same. The Sawtooth and the... There's another big cat. See if I can find him in here. This is the Sawtooth, and this is the Ravager. They're basically the same model as well. You can kind of see... I don't know if you can see on your monitor, but... Sawtooth. Ravager. So, this is a Ravager. It's the same thing as a Sawtooth, but instead of these big spine things on the back that a Sawtooth has, it's got this ones and like those antennas, right? This is its communications package or whatever. It's got a big old like laser blaster on the front of it, but they're the same thing. So when I go to build a Ravager, all I'm going to do is take off these bits and the antenna and then put like a little laser cannon on front, and then it's the same model. I'm just going to duplicate it. They're similar enough in game to be able to do that. So that's like 3 easy. I just have to get the parts for them. Don't have to redesign them or anything. Just have to get the parts for them. But I am going to go to like a Bricks and Minifigs or something and just scour their bin and look for all kinds of like... I just get a chair and sit and just kind of go through and look for all these hinges, all these toe balls and stuff, and just because I'm reusing them a lot. So we'll see what happens. Those guys fit up there. So yeah, as soon as this guy's done being designed, I'll get the parts for it too. Just like everything else. This would be cool if I could do it like that. This is creepy music. I don't know that I like this right now. Let the demons out. What I usually do is I'll go through, and I don't mean to shout, sorry about that, is I'll go through what pieces I have first. You know, I export a parts list, find out what pieces I have, and then get the parts that I need based off that. But what I would ideally like to do is go into wherever Goku goes to train, that time vault, and do nothing but sort what I have, so I don't have to keep ordering stuff that I know I probably have in a box somewhere, right? It's like, I don't think I have any of these white vertical tooth pieces. I've got a lot of like teal vertical tooth pieces and gold, but I don't have any white that I have sorted already. But there, I've got it. There's got to be some somewhere in all that stuff that I've got to take apart and go through. Hyperbolic time chamber, thank you. Yep, that's it exactly. Come out, now I'm a Super Saiyan level 2. The other thing is there's not much of a gap between, oh, maybe I could do that. Between the legs and I'll just make an exception. Super Sorter level 2. He has over 9,000 pieces. Okay, this is just going to be a channel of stuff, and this is going to be stuff. Use the slope to get that. I'm going to get one of these in white, I'm sure, somewhere in here. Maybe just this. In black. I'm trying to think of some things I might be overthinking it. That's not nearly bulky enough, though. I feel like the head is just too big here. So from this angle, the legs look like they come middle of these horns if these horns were sticking way out. So if I were to extend these horns out a little bit, the legs would be in the middle of it, which seems fine. Like, there's still the opportunity to, like, extend those out. Let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. Of course. All right, I actually need to go. I need to go get ready, and we need to leave to go to a thing, so... But... Yeah, and its head could be a little farther down, and its legs could be a little farther apart. Funny that it wants to do the opposite of whatever. Yeah, its head could be really low to the ground, so maybe I'll worry about getting its legs bent backwards a little bit just to see. But all right, this is where I leave you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I will be back. We're gonna go see Spider-Man on Tuesday, so nothing on Tuesday. But I will be back on Thursday, and likely we'll be building something. I'll build this witch. build this witch on Thursday so I can use it and these 2 pieces from our lug meeting to turn it into a spaceship. And it'll be my double spaceship. My boil and trouble spaceship. All right, so you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in a few days. Bye.